Are you comfortable? Are you? Are you really comfortable? Because the comfort zone that you are in is a dragon's mouth. You are sitting in a lion's den of comfort, waiting for it to eat you. Your comfort zone is the actual enemy to all of your progress. It's not what you think it is, right? And this is the thing I hear a lot of people say. People always tell me, Mike, I just want to be comfortable with my life. Mike, I just want comfort, right? It would be great to just have this and be comfortable, right? Have a nice house or have a nice car. That would make me just comfortable, right? Now, here's the problem that most people are addressing without necessarily knowing it, right? In your head, you have misidentified comfort, right? So, what I mean by that is this. What most people say when they say that they want to be comfortable is they say, I want to have a nice house, a nice car. I want to be able to take vacations and travel the world. I want to be able to do all of these things, right? But that is not comfort. That is abundance. That is abundance. It's you being able to do the things that you would like to do without having to worry, right? And so then the issue becomes this. If you want abundance, why do you think that it's comfort? It's because of what you also want, right? You've assigned two different things as the same thing. You're too general, right? It's too vague. So now that you know that it's abundance, right? Does abundance take work? What? You mean I have to work for things that I want? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Wait, time out. Nobody told me I'd have to do stuff to get stuff, right? It's kind of funny the way I'm saying it, but the real thing is this, right? You have to be uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable will help you get the things that are in your abundant zone, all the things that you really want, right? You have to say, okay, well, I'm willing to work for these things, right? I'm willing to be committed in order to get the things that I want, right? And when I say commitment, if you remember the last video, I said commitment is being willing to get the thing that you want or die trying. That's commitment, right? So you have to be committed to getting abundance. Do whatever it takes because that's what you want, right? And you may be saying to yourself, well, Mike, if that's the case, why would I work for it? Why do I want it? I don't want to be uncomfortable, right? And here's where you're wrong. It's not that you don't want to be uncomfortable. Your brain actually doesn't want you to be comfortable. You find problems constantly to try to solve, right? Your brain doesn't actually want you to be comfortable. You don't actually want to be comfortable. The problem is that you don't know that what you actually want is to be stronger, right? Now think about it like this. The only thing that makes you think that something is comfortable versus not is mental stress or physical pain, right? Think about it like a weightlifter. If somebody goes to the gym for the first time and they can barely lift the bar, it is uncomfortable, right? And they could just say, "Oh, you know what? Strength isn't for me. I'll just go and hang out, play video games. I'll get good at stuff that doesn't require me to move my body with, resistance." And that person will never get any stronger. And they may lead a awesome life. I don't know. Who am I to judge that? It's their life. But somebody who doesn't quit, who doesn't give up on themselves, who is committed, will say, hey, yeah, this is uncomfortable, right? My body is sore when I wake up in the morning. But eventually I'll be stronger. And eventually this bar will have weights on it and I can push myself even stronger. So the things that are uncomfortable for me today, the things that are uncomfortable for me right this minute are going to be like that. They're going to be like that in a month, a week even, right? It's a runner, somebody who wants to get in shape and starts to go running. That first time is like, I hate this, right? And if you let yourself feel that and be like, I hate this, right? That is what, so this is the mistake people make. They think that a situation or an activity creates discomfort. But the reality of it is, it's the mental stress that you accept, right? Anytime that you condition yourself to create stress, right? You're actually conditioning yourself to create stress whenever you do this thing. So if you are working out, or if you're trying to get in shape and you wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym in the morning. And the first thing you do is like, and you hear that voice in your head that's like, I just really don't want to do this. This is just going to be too hard. I just need a break. I just need a day off. I just need time out. If you listen to that voice, welcome to your comfort zone, right? And guess what? Your comfort zone is what created the problem that you have. Any problems that you have come from your comfort zone. And we're too caught up in how fun it can be in your comfort zone to realize our life is literally created by our comfort. And if you don't have everything you want at your will at the snap of a finger, right? Then it's because your comfort zone keeps it away from you. Your comfort zone is the enemy. And until you can say, you know what? I'm going to get a little uncomfortable. I don't have to push myself to the point where I'm overdoing it, right? Now there's a difference between getting uncomfortable and just going too hard too fast, right? It does take progress, right? You can't just go from here to here. You got to take steps. But if you're not willing to be uncomfortable, then you don't deserve anything that you want at all. And it's because of the fact that when you step out of your comfort zone, it actually creates this it's a voice, right? Because there's that whiny voice that I always talk about where it's like, oh, I don't want to do this, right? It's challenging. It's hard. I can't do this. It's tough. We all have that voice, and it is well trained throughout our early childhood through our young adult life. It's well trained, right? And here's the thing. Most of us have never really gotten far enough out of our comfort zone to realize that there is another voice. And that voice is a little bit more aggressive. That voice is a little bit more like, man, shut up and do it. Right? You got this. Don't worry, man. You got this. Right? Now, you could be like, man, I really don't want to do this. And then you hear, man, come on, please. You got this. Don't worry about this. Right? Now, imagine that. Imagine that. And here's the other part of that. Once that voice starts to come, you know what else happens? The whiny voice starts to quiet down. You hear it a lot less. It stops visiting as much. Stop saying, man, you know what? I really don't want to do this. You don't feel as much stress. In other words, you get stronger, right? And that's not physical strength necessarily. That's mental strength. And mental strength makes you push harder. So if you were in the gym, for example, and this is where I really honed it for myself a couple of years ago, right? For example, I was in like 215, 220 weight range, right? And I decided, you know what? I need to go to the gym. I was told by my doctor I had a cholesterol issue and they wanted to put me on medicine. I do not like medicine. So I'm like, nope, lifestyle change. I'd rather have lifestyle change than take a pill that will let me keep making the same mistakes. So what I did is I said, you know what? I got to get committed, change my diet, go to the gym. And I changed my diet, started going to the gym. It wasn't easy. I'm not saying that I'm just a hard dude compared to anybody. I had the whiny voice just like y'all. I wanted to quit every single day, just like most people do. The difference is quitting was death, right? Once you are motivated by fear and by pleasure, right? Then you will not quit. Then you'll keep going. If you're afraid of what it means to quit, of what will happen if you quit, you will not quit because your goals are in front of you and it's pleasure, right? It's like, man, if I can only, for example, if I can only get a six pack, right? I always wanted a six pack. If I can just have some abs popping out, I'll be looking great. And then you get to a point where you're working hard and it's like, man, it's taking longer than I thought. And it's not comfortable anymore. I don't know. I kind of want to take some time off. And that's you turning around and realizing there is a monster on your back that is charging after you. And if you don't keep moving forward, it's gonna get you. Right. And that's what I had to do. Right. I had to realize, you know what, Mike? You really can't quit because it means this and this and this. And here's the other part of it. Right. And this was me really shifting my self-image. Right. This is something I talk about in my book, Manifest Anything, is shifting your self-image. And it really makes every goal that you have almost effortless. Right. Because your self-image really is what creates that resistance, that whiny voice. It's a way to protect you from something, right? And once you shift that self-image and you see yourself as the person who does these things, right? And not as someone who's trying to get in the habit of trying to reach a goal that doesn't align with it, right? It's the difference between saying, I go to the gym, or saying, I want to lose weight, right? If I want to lose weight, that's a goal. If I go to the gym, that is who I am. I go to the gym. I work out. I do these things. This is a label that I put on myself, and I see myself as someone who is physically fit, right? I see myself as someone who has a lifestyle that creates health, right? That creates strength, that creates confidence, that creates a go-getter attitude and mentality, right? Someone who wants to lose weight doesn't have to do that. That's not how they see themselves, right? They're trying to lose weight to look good for a day or two, or maybe a week, or maybe summertime. And then they're going to eat nonsense. They're not going to wake up. They're not going to go to the gym. They're just going to kind of lounge around, get out of shape again, and then realize, oh crap, I'm out of shape. I got to get back to the gym before summertime hits again. It's a cycle of losing to win, to lose to win, to lose to win, and you don't want to do it. So ultimately, here's the thing. Your comfort zone is what creates every problem that you have ever experienced in your life. And that is a fact. There is no dispute. There's no dispute, because if it wasn't your comfort zone, right, then you wouldn't do it. It would be something that you would have to get yourself to try to do, and you wouldn't like it. And if there is something that you would like to cultivate in yourself to build that comfort zone, then what you have to do is not just set goals, right? And this is the thing. I'm not against setting goals, but I say do not set goals unless you are aligning them with your purpose. And if you have a purpose, but you have not committed to being the person who would have that, then you're not going to reach it. You're going to quit because it's not a part of your being. It's not how you see yourself. You have to create the self-image so that your comfort zone expands. And once your comfort zone sees this thing as something that you do, you will never stop yourself again. You will never say, hey, I don't want to do this, right? You will always you'll think of yourself as healthy. And as soon as you look at yourself as someone who doesn't have that, who doesn't fit that mental image anymore, you'll do everything it takes to get into that mental image. You'll do everything it takes. Your brain will force you. Your comfort zone will tell you, you have to do this, because that's how it sees you. It doesn't want to change, right? It doesn't want to change unless it makes sense. So ultimately, here's the thing. If you want to be comfortable, you will never have what you actually are saying you want, which is, I want abundance, right? You'll never have abundance in your comfort zone, because the comfort zone is essentially decay. It's essentially what, if a tree has a comfort zone, it's when it stops growing, right? And what happens when a tree stops growing? It starts dying. It starts to decay. And then one day, timber, right? And look, we're all trying to reach what we would consider the ideal life, right? You wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't interested, at least interested in self-improvement, right? But you need to be committed. You need to be committed to it. You need to understand that that commitment is going to take you out of your comfort zone. And if you're comfortable, you're not moving forward, right? If it's easy, then maybe you should add some weight on the bar, right? Thanks for watching this video today. Hopefully you got something from this. If you like this video, you can learn more about how to shift your self-image and how to get out of your comfort zone. I actually wrote a book called Manifest Anything. You can find it at what'sbetterthangreat.com/book. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next video.